In this video, I'm going to show you how to add people to your dashboard. First, it's important to understand the distinction between reporters and reportees. Reporters answer forms for their reportees, and reportees get forms answered for them by their associated reporters. A reportee can have multiple reporters, such as two parents or guardians. A reportee can also be their own reporter. For instance, an employee or staff member reporting for themselves will have their own email in their list of reporters. There are two ways to add reportees to MyMedBot, manually and in bulk. To manually add a reportee, click the Manual Add Reportee button located on the Reportees tab and enter their details. You will need to assign a reporter to them in the form of an email address. This is the email of a person that will be answering forms assigned to this reportee. If a reportee is an employee, a member of staff, or a student answering for themselves, then the reporter email will need to be their own. Keep in mind that when manually adding a reportee, you don't need to give them an ID. If you don't do this, the reportee will not be affected by the future bulk imports of reportees, which is explained in this video. The ID is a sequence of characters that are unique to each reportee. They can be numbers or letters, and they can be based on your organization's ID system, or simply a range of numbers going up from 0 or 1. You can edit a reportee's details by clicking on their assigned row in the reportees list and changing their details to the right here. You can also filter reportees by name and custom attribute. The status of a reportee determines whether or not forms are being sent out to the reporters. If they are active, the reporters will receive notifications asking them to complete forms. If a reportee is archived, the reporters will no longer be able to fill their forms. In order to add a large number of reportees to the system all at once, you should start by making a spreadsheet that contains at least these 4 columns. User ID, made up of number or letters, the first and last names of your reportees, and the email address of at least one reporter. Here I have prepared a file manually, but you can also download our template.csv from our import tab. The subsequent columns will contain any additional reporter emails you would like to assign to a reportee, as well as any custom attributes you would like to include, such as grade, whether the reportee is a staff member or not, or what department that employee is in. Keep in mind that the order of which these columns are arranged does not matter. The dashboard will recognize the 4 columns containing the required fields, and you can choose any other columns that you want to add from this file. Once you're happy with your spreadsheet, save it as a CSV file. You can now upload it to the dashboard. Click on the Import tab on the dashboard and then Upload the CSV button on the left. Once you've uploaded your file, you need to match or map the attributes on the dashboard to columns in your CSV. Make sure to map any columns in the CSV containing reporter emails to the reporters attribute. Any additional columns in your CSV file can then be added as custom attributes to the dashboard. These custom attributes will show up in the Forms Responses tab, allowing you to filter the table using specific attributes like grade, campus, role, or any attribute you want to add here. You can do this by clicking on the Add Custom Attribute button at the bottom of the column mapping section. Select the column that you want to choose from the drop-down menu, and it will be added to the attributes in the dashboard. Once you're happy with your column mapping, you can click the green Apply button at the top right of the screen. Please note that once you click Apply, emails will be sent to the reporters immediately to invite them to download the MyMedBot app. If you're sure you want to do so now, click the Apply button and type in your dashboard name to confirm your decision. This is what the invitation email they will receive looks like. They can click these buttons to download the app and register using the invite code they received. Once you've added your community, you can keep track of your reporters and see which of them have signed up and which haven't by going to the Reporters tab. Here you can see the email of their reporter and the name of the person or persons they are reporting for. Our reporter's invite status is what indicates that they have signed up or not. If they haven't signed up yet, you will see the invite code they will need to use to set up their account. You can use the filters on the right-hand side to quickly sort through your reporters according to invite status or look them up by name.